two. Stays here with Indiana. Clark, a deep one. You bet! A Brooklyn logo bomb from Caitlin Clark.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and officially join our growing community for the very latest sports news, detailed breakdowns, and fiery hot takes. Today, we're diving headfirst into a massive story that's shaking the WNBA to its very core. Caitlin Clark, the superstar rookie who's been setting the league completely ablaze, has reportedly taken a bold and unapologetic stand against what she's calling a disgraceful collective bargaining agreement proposal. The WNBA now finds itself teetering on the edge of a potential players' strike, and some are even whispering rumors that the league could actually be standing on the brink of collapse. This is absolutely huge, folks. So, buckle up as we carefully unpack all the drama, explore exactly what's at stake, and figure out what this could mean for the future of women's basketball. Let's get into it. First, let's set the stage properly. Caitlin Clark isn't just any ordinary player. She's a complete phenomenon. The former Iowa Hawkeye shattered records in college, becoming the NCAA's all-time leading scorer with a jaw-dropping career total of 3,951 points.
Shanna defense by the Sparks fans. 6 on the shot clock. Clark, a deep three. Oop, that is. She missed her first 7 and knocks that.
She's carried that same electric energy straight into her rookie season with the Indiana Fever, averaging over 17 points per game and drawing massive crowds almost everywhere she plays. She's not just another player. She's a cultural force, boosting TV ratings, selling out arenas, and attracting an entirely new wave of fans to the WNBA. But now, Clark finds herself at the center of a growing controversy that could reshape the league forever. Reports are swirling that Clark, alongside several other players, is pushing back strongly against a new collective bargaining agreement, CBA, proposal from the WNBA. One that many are calling a slap in the face to athletes who work tirelessly to elevate the sport. So, what exactly is happening here? Why is this proposal sparking such a firestorm? And why is Caitlin Clark, a rookie, the one leading the charge? To understand this fully, we need to examine the WNBA's current collective bargaining agreement. The CBA is the binding contract between the league and the Women's National Basketball Players Association, WNBPA, which governs everything from player salaries to benefits and overall working conditions. The current agreement, signed in 2020, was widely seen as a big step forward at the time. It raised the maximum player salary to about $215,000, introduced the possibility of revenue sharing, and improved travel conditions. No more cramped economy flights for these world-class athletes. It also included stronger maternity leave and fertility benefits, which was a huge win for players balancing their careers and family lives. But here's the kicker. Even with those improvements, WNBA players remain drastically underpaid compared to their NBA counterparts. The average NBA salary is over $8 million per year, while the average WNBA salary sits around $120,000. Top NBA stars like LeBron James or Steph Curry can earn $40 to $50 million annually, while WNBA superstars such as Brianna Stewart or Aya Wilson are capped at only a fraction of that. For a league that's experiencing unprecedented growth, thanks in large part to stars like Clark, Angel Reese, and Sabrina Ionescu, many feel this financial gap is not just unfair, it's unsustainable. Now, let's move to the heart of the issue, the new CBA proposal. While the full details haven't been made public, sources close to negotiations, along with some fiery posts on X, suggest the league's latest offer falls far short of player expectations. Insiders say the proposal includes only modest salary increases, maybe around 10 to 15%, with limited benefit improvements and no meaningful changes to revenue sharing. Players, however, were hoping for a deal that truly reflects the WNBA's booming financial success. Ticket sales, national TV deals, and corporate sponsorships are all up, with estimates suggesting the league generated more than $200 million in 2024, a 20% jump from the previous year. ESPN reported TV ratings climbed another 20%, and attendance is spiking, with teams like the Indiana Fever seeing record-setting crowds, largely thanks to Clark's magnetic star power. Yet instead of presenting a bold, forward-thinking proposal, players are calling the league's offer tone deaf. Clark herself reportedly labeled it disgraceful, a word that has ignited a heated firestorm of debate. So the big question is this just a negotiating tactic, or are players like Clark seriously ready to take drastic action, possibly even a strike, to demand what they rightfully deserve? First and foremost, this fight is about money. The WNBA's revenue growth is undeniable. New media deals with ESPN and Amazon have funneled millions into the league, and corporate giants like Nike and State Farm are investing heavily. Players want and believe they've earned a significantly larger share of that growing pie. Under the current CBA, the salary cap still severely restricts what teams can pay, forcing even elite players to supplement their income by playing overseas during the offseason. Imagine being a world-class athlete, breaking records, selling out arenas, and still having to hop on red-eye flights to Russia, Turkey, or China just to make ends meet. It's a grueling lifestyle that takes a heavy toll both physically and mentally. The Players Union is now pushing for a salary cap increase of at least 50%, along with guaranteed revenue sharing tied directly to the league's growth. They want a model similar to the NBA, where players receive roughly 50% of all basketball-related income. The league's current proposal, however, is rumored to offer only incremental raises, which players see as insulting given the WNBA's sharp upward trajectory. Then there's the matter of working conditions. The 2020 CBA did make important strides, such as ensuring charter flights for playoff games and select regular season matchups, as well as improve maternity and childcare benefits. But players are still dealing with uneven travel arrangements. Many teams still fly commercial for certain games. Mental health resources also remain limited, with only a few franchises providing full-time dedicated staff. And let's not forget the facilities. While some arenas are state-of-the-art, others are outdated, with cramped locker rooms and inadequate training equipment. For a league trying to compete with the NBA in visibility and talent, these gaps are glaring, and the players have made it clear they're no longer willing to settle. Clark, who has been vocal about wanting the WNBA to become a truly viable year-round career for its players, is reportedly frustrated that the new proposal fails to address these quality-of-life issues in any meaningful way. She's not alone in this fight. Veteran stars like Nneka Ogwumike, the WNBA president, and Chelsea Gray have also spoken out forcefully about the urgent need for systemic change. What the players want is simple: a CBA that reflects their true worth, not just as athletes, but as a driving force behind the league's rapidly growing popularity. Now, let's talk about Caitlin Clark's role in all this drama. Why is a rookie at the forefront of such a high-stakes fight? The answer is clear. Clark isn't your average rookie. She's a once-in-a-generation talent with a massive platform. Her games are must-watch television. Her jerseys are flying off shelves. And she has brought a surge of attention to the WNBA not seen since the days of Lisa Leslie or Diana Taurasi. Her impact is measurable. The Indiana Fever saw a 30% jump in ticket sales this season, and her nationally televised games consistently rank among the league's highest-rated broadcasts. But with great power comes great responsibility. Clark knows her voice carries weight, and she's using it to advocate for her fellow players. Some argue she's risking her reputation by taking such a bold stance so early in her career. After all, she's only been in the league for a few months. Yet, many others see this as a sign of true leadership. She's not just fighting for herself. She's standing up for the veterans who paved the way and for the next generation of athletes who dream of making a sustainable living in the WNBA without being forced to play overseas. The broader implications are enormous. The WNBA's long-term sustainability is at stake. Since its founding in 1997, the league has always faced financial challenges. Currently, the NBA subsidizes about 60% of its operating costs. That support has kept the league afloat, but it has also limited its independence. The WNBA can't make bold financial moves, such as significantly increasing salaries, without NBA approval. This creates a catch-22. Players want investment that matches the league's growth, but the league is cautious about spending too much too quickly. The push for a better CBA is not just about getting bigger paychecks. It's about building a league that can truly stand on its own 2 feet. If the WNBA fails to satisfy its stars, there's a real danger they will look elsewhere. Overseas leagues offer far higher salaries, and new ventures like the unrivaled 3-on-3 league set to launch in 2026, with stars like Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, could siphon off talent. Still, a strike would be catastrophic. It could halt the season, alienate fans, and spook sponsors just as the league is finally gaining unprecedented momentum. Some headlines warn that the WNBA is on the brink of collapse. That may be a bit hyperbolic, but the threat of a strike is absolutely real. Fans are divided. Posts on X show heated debate. Some argue players like Clark should be grateful for what they have, noting that WNBA salaries, though low compared to NBA pay, are still higher than what many Americans earn. One post bluntly stated, "Caitlin Clark makes $76,000 as a rookie. That's more than most teachers. Why is she complaining?" Others counter that these women are elite athletes at the peak of their profession and deserve to be compensated accordingly. As another post put it, "The WNBA is making more money than ever, but the players are still getting crumbs." Clark is right to call this disgraceful. So, what would a strike actually mean? If players walk out, the 2025 season could be delayed or even canceled outright. That's a massive risk. The WNBA's momentum is fragile, and losing a season could set the league back years, especially if fans and sponsors lose trust. The last major labor standoff was in 2003, when players threatened to strike, but eventually reached a deal. Back then, the league was smaller and less visible. Today, with stars like Clark driving unprecedented attention, the stakes are exponentially higher. A strike could send a powerful message that the players are dead serious about change, but it could also backfire if public support wavers. On the flip side, a successful strike could lead to a transformative CBA, one that secures the WNBA's long-term future. From the league's perspective, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has been touting progress. She's pointed to new media deals, the expanded 40-game schedule, and the announcement of Toronto franchise launching in 2026 as signs of momentum. But critics argue the league is moving far too slowly in sharing its wealth with players. The WNBA might fear that raising salaries too quickly could strain its finances, especially while it still relies on NBA subsidies. Officials also argue that patience is required. The NBA had decades to build its financial model, but patience is running thin for players who see revenues climbing, while their own checks remain nearly stagnant. Zooming out, this fight is about more than basketball. Women's sports are having a moment. The NCAA women's basketball tournament has outtraded the men's in recent years, and stars like Clark, Simone Biles, and Coco Gauff are becoming global icons. Yet systemic issues, pay disparity, media inequality, and lack of investment remain constant challenges. The WNBA's labor battle is part of a larger fight for equity. Clark's stand resonates because it taps into that broader frustration. She's not just fighting for money. She's fighting for respect, for fairness, and for a future where women athletes don't have to settle for less. So what happens next? There are a few scenarios. Option 1. The league and players reach a compromise, perhaps a 20 to 25% salary increase plus better benefits, to avoid a strike. Option 2. The players hold firm, strike, and force the league to negotiate under pressure, risking short-term damage for long-term gain. Option 3. Negotiations stall, tensions linger, and the league limps into 2025 with unresolved conflict, hurting morale and engagement. No one can predict the outcome yet, but with Clark's star power and the players' unity, the pressure is squarely on the league. As fans, we also play a role. Support the players. Buy tickets, watch the games, and engage on social media. The more revenue the league generates, the stronger the players' case becomes. Stay informed about the negotiations and amplify their voices whenever possible. Before wrapping up, let's appreciate what Clark and her peers are fighting for. This is about legacy. They want a league where future stars can thrive without having to work overseas or juggle second jobs. They're demanding fairness in a sports world that too often undervalues women. Agree with their tactics or not, you cannot deny their courage or their impact. So, what do you think? Is Caitlin Clark right to call the CBA proposal disgraceful should the players risk a strike? Or is that too dangerous? And is the WNBA truly on the brink of collapse? Or is this simply a painful but necessary step toward growth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that thumbs up button, share with your friends, and subscribe for more breakdowns like this. Until next time, stay passionate, stay informed, and keep supporting